Hi, this is Ashfaq Khan, and in this video I'm going to tell you how to do accounting for construction contracts in QuickBook online with the help of an example. We will cover all important areas including mobilization advance, retention, VAT, chart of account, progressive invoice, billed and unbilled. So let's start. So first of all, we will start with basic preference settings. Click on this gear button, then click on accounts and setting, click on advance, and from here just enable the projects. Click save. Okay, then you will enable classes and location. Click save. You can do other settings as well if you want, like enabling the number, count number, etc. Click on done, and again on this click on this gear button again, accounts and settings, click on sales and enable the progress invoicing. Click on this pencil button, scroll, move this button on right side, click on save, click on done. Again we will go to advanced and accounts and setting, click on expenses and make sure that purchase orders are enabled. Alright, now we will go and create the chart of account. Before creating chart of account, let's have a quick overview of chart of account. Revenue side, there is contract revenue, then we will have cost of contracts, gross profit, general and admin expenses, and then net profit. As far as cost of contracts are concerned, it is divided into two portions. One is direct cost and indirect cost. So these will be the account head that will be used in chart of account. So as far as the direct cost is concerned, these are the costs that are 100% allocatable to the projects. And as far as indirect cost or overheads are concerned, these are the costs that are incurred for multiple projects together, that are not 100% allocatable to a specific project, like supervisor salary that is supervising different projects at the same time, fuel for site vehicles that are working on different projects, and then we have general and admin expenses. So this will be the chart of account that we will implement in QuickBook Online. Click chart of account, and from here create new. First of all, we'll create direct cost account heads, and then we will create sub accounts under that. Direct cost, from here you will choose cost of goods sold. You can give the account number as well. Click save. Now we will create sub account of direct cost. First of all, let's create material and make this a sub account of direct cost that we already created. Click on save. If we go to chart of account, we will see we will have direct costs, and under direct cost we have sub accounts: material, labor, tools, subcontractor, and other direct cost. We will create another account as overhead slash indirect costs, and we will create sub account under that. Alright, now you can see that we have overhead or indirect cost, and under that we have sub accounts as well. In the next step, we will create one main account. If you see over here, these both are under cost of contract. So we will create one major account as cost of contract, and we will make these two accounts direct cost and overhead / indirect cost under that cost of contract account created. Now we will just go and edit and make those accounts as sub accounts. Just scroll down and make already existing accounts, which are direct cost and indirect cost, as their sub account. Make this sub account of cost of contract. Similarly, make overhead or indirect cost account as well a sub account of cost of contract. Take here, click on edit. Click on save. Now we have only general and admin expenses are pending. Let's create an account for general and admin expenses as well. Alright, now you can see that we have cost of contract, and under cost of contract we have direct cost and indirect cost, and then we have revenue as well, and we have general and admin expenses, and under general and admin expenses we have sub account of general and admin expenses. Alright, now let's have a quick overview of the project that we are going to implement in QuickBook Online. We have a contract of 500,000, VAT 5%, 20% is the mobilization advance, which is 100,000, retention is 10%, which is 50,000 without VAT. Then we will also come across with invoices and all other areas we will cover as we proceed with this example. Just create the name of the project first. Click on projects, start project. Give the project name. Our project name is, start with project code so it's easy for you when you are making the entries. Then here give the company name, give all the details and click save. Now the project is created. Now click on new. Let's create the project value as an estimate. Estimates are just non-posting entries, so it will not affect your profit and loss account or any of your financial statement. Create service, item as service, save and close. Now the item is created. Now put the amount. Select the text 5%. Click save and close. Now let's start the project, and for starting the project we have received mobilization advance of 20%. So 20% is 105,000. So let's see how we are gonna enter in QuickBook Online. Create one account as mobilization advance, as we have received this amount upfront and we have not provided the services yet, so this will be our liability. Click save. We will create one item as well. Go to the list, product and services, click on new, click on services. We have created one account in the chart of account as mobilization advance, and similarly we are creating one item as mobilization advance as well. And here, this is the important part, we will link this item with the account that we have already created. Let's receive the amount of mobilization advance, which is 100,000 plus VAT. So click on new, Click on journal entry, bank debit, including the amount of VAT that we have already received, and mobilization advance that will be selected from chart of account, credit with 100,000, and VAT control account will be credited with 5,000. Select the project, click save and close. Okay. Now if we go to reports, in the balance sheet, you can see that mobilization advance is our liability with 100,000, and similarly VAT control account with 5,000. So this is the amount, and the amount of 105,000 has been received in the bank. Now let's proceed forward and enter some expenses. We have started the work and now expenses are being incurred. For example, we paid for some labor expenses from the bank. Just select the labor cost. This is the labor cost, direct labor cost, and 100% allocatable to that project. So we'll put it here. Let's say it's 20,000. Here just select the project. Save and close. The expenses are shown over here. You can see in the profit and loss account, expenses are being shown over here. So let's record some more expenses. And this time you have created the payroll, because maybe this labor is permanently working with you, so you can do this way as well. Save and close. Expense. We are recording the expenses in different methods and different way. If we go to reports, profit and loss account by customer, run report. Now here you can see that the amount of 2005 is charged to project number 2, and the other amount is charged to our project on which we are working now. Let's add few more expenses. If you are consuming the inventory in a particular project without keeping an inventory record, or you are just purchasing the inventory for a specific project and it is fully 100% consumed in that project without keeping the record of that inventory in your accounts, then you have to create a non-inventory item and then allocate to that project. So how it will be done? Let's see. First of all, go to this gear button, click on new and create a non-inventory item. Let's say material 123. This is the inventory name. That choose contract revenue, and from here charge it to material account, not from the expenses. Link it with material so that it is properly aligned. Now click on new, click on bills, click on item details, choose the item, quantity. Here you will assign the project. Now this will be charged to that project directly without going to inventory account. Click save and close. If you go to profit and loss account, you will see this has been included in the material cost. However, this has not affected your inventory items. It is directly charged to the project. And account payable without affecting your inventory. Because so first of all, you just create an inventory item, go to product and services, click on new, and now you will create the inventory item. Let's say it is material 222, and the cost of sale just change it to, this is the expense account. Once it is expensed out, it will go to direct cost. Click save and close. Opening inventory, click save and close. Now an inventory item has been created, so now it will affect our inventory account. Click new, create bill. We are going to purchase the inventory. Choose this material 22. This is the inventory item number. You have purchased 500 quantities. In the bill, even if you select the project over here, this will not be directly charged to that project, because this is an inventory item, not the non-inventory item. Here at the back end, the entry is being done as inventory debit or inventory asset debit and credit account payable. So it is not affecting our project. So it will go to your inventory asset, and then you have to allocate to the project in which it is required. So for that we will use a specific technique. So I'm going to show it to you. So let's see where the effect has gone. If you see over the inventory valuation detail, we have 500 items in hand. Now suppose out of these 500 items, you want 345 items to be charged to the project on which we are working. So how we will do that? For that, just go to new and click on inventory adjustment. From here, this is important, just create one account as inventory adjustment account. That will be an intermediary account, and we will use that account for adjustment of inventory to different project. And the balance of that inventory adjustment account will be 0 once we will do it. So here we are creating one account as type cost of sale, click save and close, and here just select the product, the item, and from here how much item has been consumed, 345 minus 345, at this point of time the inventory item of material 222 345 items has been transferred to inventory adjustment account temporarily, and from there we will charge to our project. So in the step number 1, items have been arrived in our inventory account. In the step number 2, we have transferred the number of items that will be consumed in that specific project to inventory adjustment account. In the step number 3, those items will be charged to the project. So let's see how it will work. Click on save and close. So here you can see that 345 items has been transferred to inventory adjustment account. Now go to journal entry. On the same date, debit material cost with the amount 86,250. Okay, click new, journal entry, material cost debit with the amount 86,250, credit inventory adjustment account. Transfer to project. One important thing over here, you will assign the project number in front of first row in the cost column, but you will not assign the project number in front of inventory adjustment account. So you need to keep this in mind. Click save and close. So this is the special technique that will be used to charge the items to specific project. Now if you will go and see, you can see over here, now if we go to reports, in the profit and loss account, you can see that in the material cost, this amount has been charged to the project 86250. Now if we look in our inventory adjustment account, if you go to the chart of account and check your inventory adjustment account, you can see that the balance is 0. First we have transferred this amount and then it has been transferred to the project. Alright, before proceeding to create progressive invoices, let's create an account for retention and an item for retention as well, and we will link both together. That retention account and item will be used when we will enter the invoices. So let's set up the retention account and item and link together. Go to product and services, click on new, click on service retention. You have to link this with an asset account and name that account as retention receivable. So we are creating both the account and the item together at the same time, rather than creating first account and then linking it. So we are doing it together. Name it as retention receivable or just retention. Click save and close. So we have one item as retention and one account in the chart of account as retention with the type as other current asset, and item type is service. Click save and close. Let's create the first invoice. So we have completed the work of 145,000 as at 31st of August 2024. This is the amount of work that we have already done. So total work done is 145,000. From this invoice we will adjust 20% advance that we have received at the beginning of the project. Also the retention amount will be deducted and there will be VAT on that as well. The balance receivable will be balance receivable against progressive invoices. All this how it's gonna be in QuickBook Online. Let's do it practically. Click on new, click on invoice, and from here just select your project, scroll down, select the work done, that amount of work 145,000. You can have this unit wise as well, per kilometer, per square kilometer as well, but I am just making it simple, and select the tax. %. Again from here, now we will deduct the amount of mobilization advance. So this is the 20% advance. We will deduct it from minus 29,000 tax. Similarly, we will also deduct the amount of retention as well, which is 10% of this amount. Again, we are going to use the item of retention that we have already created, and that item is linked with the account in the chart of account as retention receivable. Minus 14,500. Now you can see that total work done is 145,000, less mobilization advance 20%, less retention 10%. The remaining amount is 1,500 plus 5% VAT on this. Now we can just check the date of invoice and save and close. If we go to the reports, the profit and loss account, you can see that here the revenue has been correctly recorded with 145,000 because we have performed the work of 145,000. In the balance sheet, you can see that account receivable against progressive invoice is booked with 106,575, which includes the amount of progressive invoice plus VAT. In other words, total work done minus advance minus retention, the remaining amount plus VAT we will receive against progressive invoice. Now let's check this effect of advance. If you scroll down, you can see that here mobilization advance, the total amount of mobilization advance was 100,000 without VAT. So now 29,000 has been adjusted from here. The VAT effect has gone to the VAT control account. Similarly, if you see over here, retention receivable is also over here, and this is the VAT control account, in which so far we have amount from mobilization advance and amount from progressive invoice. Once we have completed all the entries, we will be able to reconcile and we will understand fully how it has worked. Similarly, we will enter the second invoice with different amounts. Work done of 155,000, mobilization advance 20% of the value. You can see here now we have amount receivable against progressive invoice is 105,500 plus VAT. So total amount receivable from the vendor against progressive invoice number 2 is 113,925. The P&L, you can see that total amount so far is 300,000 as our revenue. And mobilization advance balance amount is 40,000. 60,000 has already been adjusted. Total was 100,000. 29,000 adjusted, and then 31,000 adjusted. Retention receivable has been increased as well. With the first invoice, retention receivable was 14,500. With the second invoice, it was 15,500. So in the VAT control, the amounts are increasing as well. Now let's assume that our year is ending, our financial year ends at 31st of December 2023, but there is work done of 35,000, but that work has not yet been billed or invoiced to the customer. So for that, what we are going to do is that we will make just one journal entry. Go to journal entry on 31st of December, debit construction work in progress, create one account or work in progress or construction work in progress as your current asset. With 35,000 and credit your revenue, construction revenue, and you can charge to that project. This is your unbilled work. If we go to reports, profit and loss account, as at 31st of December we have performed the work of 335, out of which there is also unbilled of 35,000. So if we add all these, invoice number 1, invoice number 2 and unbilled, so it will become 335. So this is the total amount of work that we have performed so far during this year, and this is being reflected in our P&L correctly. And if we go to the balance sheet, you can see that construction in progress is our asset. Now suppose on 15th of March we have completed the project, as we have already invoiced 300,000 and the remaining amount we are going to invoice it. Although we have performed the work of 335, but we have invoiced only 300,000. So now we will invoice the third and last invoice, which is total contract value minus less already invoice, which is 200,000. Click on new. Select the project, select the date, waterproofing work, amount of work done 200,000, less mobilization advance 20% of this amount, less retention. So the net just for the third invoice is 145,000, save and close. 147,000, save and close. Now if we go to profit and loss account and this is very important point you need to tackle. Our contract revenue here recorded is 535. However, our total contract revenue is 500,000. Why there is difference of 35,000? Because 35,000 has been recorded twice. When the last year was being end, at that time we have recorded unbilled as 35,000. And now within this invoice, when we build it, it includes that amount of 35,000. So that is why it has become 535,000. This 200 includes the amount of last year, which is 35,000, and of this year, which is 200 minus 35, which is 165k. So this 35,000 has been recorded twice. So to counter that, on the same date of third invoice, just make a reversal entry. Reversal of unbilled, because we have now billed. Unbilled of 35,000, which was correct because we have performed the work of 35,000, so we will record that as our revenue. However, we haven't billed that, so that is why we have created an asset. So what you are going to do is that now, as we have already billed, so we will make the reversal of this entry in the next year when that amount is already billed. So just open this entry. You need to be careful about the dates and click on reverse and put the date of third invoice on the same date, which is 15th of March. Save and close. Now you can see that when you will go to the last year, your revenue will be correct as well. When you will come into this year 2024, your revenue will be correct as well. Alright, now let's reconcile and check for invoices of retention. In the profit and loss account, you can see that revenue is correctly recorded as 500,000. In the balance sheet, total amount receivable against progressive invoices is 367,500, which includes the amount of VAT as well. So this will be the remaining amount of 367,500, and this is the value of our progressive invoices receivable. Now, as far as retention is concerned, this is our retention. This is our retention receivable, and this is our current asset. But here you can see that our retention amount is 50,000. However, in our total value is 52,500. There is difference of 2,500. The reason for this difference is VAT, because we haven't generated the invoice. Here it is 22,500. It is the same amount of difference on both sides. Reason, because we haven't issued the invoice for retention, or we actually didn't receive the amount for retention. So this is the difference. Now once we will make the invoice for retention, or actually we receive the retention, this difference will also disappear. So let's go and invoice for retention. So let's do the entries for retention. Let's create one account as invoices for retention. Actually, now we have one account and the asset as retention receivable. We are just replacing this with another account as retention invoices. We are doing nothing, just replacing an account so that we can record the invoices, because the effect of the retention are already taken. So we are just replacing the account head of retention in the receivable with another account as retention invoices, so that we can record it. That's it. So we are just transferring the amount at the time of generating the invoice of retention. So we have three invoices. So first invoice is 14,500 and VAT amount is 725. So total amount after VAT is, this is the first, second and third invoice for retention. And the first amount, let's record the first invoice. So debit invoices for retention invoices with 15,525. retention receivable 14,500 and VAT control account 725. Here you will allocate the project 7 new. Let's add the other invoices as well so that our reconciliation is tallied. Allocate the project 7 new. Let's enter the last invoice and then we will reconcile. Once we have entered all the invoices, you can see that, and now our retention amount becomes 0, but we have the amount moved to retention invoices, and once you will receive the amount against them, against those invoices, just debit your bank account and credit the retention invoices account. 52,500 is tallied. This has been moved from retention to invoices against retention so that we can record VAT as well. This is tallied. These two are tallied, and 105 was already in our 105,000 was already in our mobilization advance. Let's check that as well. This is tally. This is tally. VAT control account is tallied with 25,000. Mobilization advance, if we open it, it's 0 because all the mobilization had been consumed in invoices with each invoice. If we open it, you can see that. And as far as revenue is concerned, our revenue is already correctly recorded, 500,000. Let's see. See, you can see that our revenue is correctly recorded with 500,000. So that's it. I hope you like this video. Please click the subscribe button for me. Give me some motivating comments so I can release more videos of these kind. Thank you very much. Take care. Stay blessed.